And here we have a 1965 Corvette, which you can see is very close and similar design as the 64. This has a 396. I'm not sure if this is the first, it said the 396 on it. I'm not sure if that's the first year for the 396. It probably is. And you know, there's advantages and disadvantages between the small block and the big block. I mean, yeah, you got the torque, but then you lose a little bit with the handling because there's more weight up front. But you know, they're all cool. They're all great, you know. And I personally like I said, on a Corvette, I like any color pretty much. But you know, a lot of times a car that is red, I like the burgundy color red, like this kind of red, like a maroon burgundy versus a red. But a Corvette looks great in a red anyway, because a real reddish red where it's really bright, because it is a sports car. It's like, to me, it's on par with, you know, Lamborghini and Ferrari and Maserati, just that it's the US version. So gas filler up cap is right there in the center. And this old school technology actually was very reliable. It's amazing. The problem was, like, all these electronic things they say are more reliable today. That's not true. The problem was the mechanics. If you went over this car like every 6 months doing some simple things, like even if you adjust your points and which would snap back your timing, you adjust your dwell, you clean your carburetor with some gum out, you check your vacuum advance, your mechanical advance on the distributor, you check your vacuum hoses and stuff, you check your PC, you clean your PCV valve, and you know, you set your choke linkage. It doesn't take long to do all that, you know. And then, you know, every year you do basically a super tune-up. You change all the plugs, you change the points to condenser, and all the electrical connectors, like to the distributor and like the ballast resistor and all that. I used to pull those off, clean them, put a little lubricant on them so they don't rust, even though you get the slightest amount of tarnish. This way they'd have perfect 12 volts guaranteed, and it would, you know, it's like overkill. But the points ignition was absolutely, to this day, I trust the points ignition more than the electronic. I'm serious. It doesn't, you can't have an engine management system, but I had no problem starting cars in below zero weather and stuff like that. They always, you know, they always ran fine, they idled fine, they accelerated fine. I never had a problem. And it's like the bad rap really came from that's why back in the day I was able to do a lot of mechanic work on the side. But you can't do that today, because you need like probably more than one $3,000 or $4,000 scanner just to work on these cars. And you know the way people are. If you fix one thing and something else goes wrong unrelated to the thing you fixed, they will blame me. So I don't bother, you know, doing stuff like that for work, because it's like they, you know, they're just so happy, you know. That's the problem, you know. So, yeah, that's their problem. That's the way I look at it. I could do the work a lot cheaper. But I do have videos out on YouTube about car stuff. And it's hands-on stuff that I did. It's a lot of stuff that's very useful information. I wish I could do the health stuff again, but they changed the rules midstream, you know. So that's really my biggest interest. And I work out at the gym 5 times a week very hard. And for 69 years old, I'm pretty solid.